All right, let's get right into it. We've all heard the promises about AI voices that sound perfectly human, but they always seem to fall a little flat, right? Well, today we're looking at something new from Google that doesn't just say words, it actually performs them. This is all about how Gemini is trying to give synthetic voices a soul. So first, let's set the stage with a problem we all know intimately. You know that flat, kind of lifeless, robotic tone that most AI voices have? It's been a huge pain point for anyone trying to make audio that actually connects with people. And this quote from Ria Bansal really just hits the nail on the head. The AI is reading a script, sure, but it's not understanding the story or the tension or the joy behind the words. It's just sounds read one phrase at a time, completely cut off from any real human emotion. And the end result of that is this big emotional gap, you know? It's almost impossible to get lost in an audiobook or feel the drama in a podcast when the voice sounds like it's reading a grocery list. For creators, this has been a massive wall to get over. But that might all be changing. See, Google's new take on this isn't just about making a slightly better sounding voice. It's about giving us the controls to direct that voice, like you would a real actor. Say hello to Gemini 3.1 Flash TTS. And the phrase you really got to remember here is AI Speech Director. This is the whole game. Instead of messing with complicated sliders and settings, you just guide the AI's performance with plain, simple language. You're literally telling it how to say the lines. I mean, think about what this means. It's basically like having a whole voice actor studio right on your laptop. You don't need the fancy microphone or the soundproof room anymore. All you need is a prompt to get a high-quality emotional performance. So how does this magic actually work? Let's pop open the hood and take a look at the Director's Toolkit, the actual features that give you all this crazy new control. All right, it boils down to 4 key tools. You've got audio tags for those little in-the-moment instructions, scene directions to set the overall vibe, character profiles to create totally unique speakers, and something called inline pivot tags for super fast emotional changes. Okay, so let's break down the first 2. Audio tags are like whispering a stage direction to an actor for a specific line. You know, say this part faster or with more anger. But scene directions are bigger picture. They tell the AI the context for the whole scene. Are they in a huge echoing cave or a quiet library? Their performance will change completely based on that. And here's a perfect example of an audio tag in action. Just adding suddenly urgent with intensity before the line transforms it. It's not just information anymore, it's a performance. It's a moment. This is the kind of fine-tuned control we've been missing. And it gets even better. With character profiles, you can create a whole cast of characters, each with their own unique voice, pace, and tone. And then, and this is so cool, you can use inline pivot tags to make a character switch emotions on a dime, right in the middle of a sentence. Imagine going from calm to totally panicked without having to do any complicated audio editing. Now, all these features sound incredible, but let's be real, 2 questions always come up. Is the quality actually any good? And what's it going to cost? Well, this is where the story gets really, really interesting. So let's look at the competition for a second. You've got players like 11 Labs who are known for amazing quality, but they can get pretty expensive, and you don't get all these controls. Then you've got the standard Google Cloud TTS, which is way cheaper and has more knobs to turn, but the voice quality just hasn't been in that top tier. There's always been a trade-off. Until now. First off, the quality question. According to blind listening tests, Gemini 3.1 Flash TTS scores an ELO of 1211. Now, you don't need to know the math behind that. Just look at the chart. That score puts it right up there with the absolute best models on the market today. So check. The quality is top-notch. And here comes the knockout punch. This chart plots quality against price. You want to be in the top left. That's the most attractive quadrant, where you get the highest quality for the lowest price. And look where Gemini is sitting. It's offering that premium, elite-level quality at a price point that just blows the competition away. Let's just put a number on it to be clear. We're talking about a model that is roughly 5 times cheaper than other services that offer a similar level of quality. This isn't just a small step forward. This is a massive leap that could seriously shake up the market. Okay, so it's powerful, the quality is elite, and it's affordable. But how do you actually get started with this thing? Let's talk about how you can put your own personal voice studio to work. The easiest way to jump in and start playing around is with Google AI Studio. It's a web tool that's basically a playground for these models. It's designed for exactly this kind of creative process, where you can type a prompt, hear the results instantly, and keep tweaking it in real time. You could honestly direct a mini movie trailer in just a few minutes. You just hop into AI Studio, pick the model, set the scene, tell it this is happening in a dark, booming movie theater, and then just write the dialogue, using those audio tags to direct the performance. It's that straightforward. And you can just imagine the possibilities here, right? You could create an entire audiobook with a narrator that actually reacts emotionally to the story. Or what about generating a podcast with two different hosts debating an article? Or even building way more natural sounding assistants for your apps. The list goes on. What this all boils down to is that the gap between the idea in your head and the final audio file is getting smaller and smaller. You're not just a user anymore, you're a director. You can shape and mold the performance in real time until it sounds exactly how you imagined it. And that really leaves us with a pretty epic question to think about. When you put the power of an entire voice production studio into the hands of pretty much anyone with an idea, what kind of incredible new stories are we all about to hear?